All right, yeah, so 2K, they dropped another patch, and this is mainly in preparation for the Season 5 update taking place this Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Today we get the patch notes, and then tomorrow we'll get like a core site report detailing all the rewards and animations and everything they're gonna give us with this Season 5 update. I'll make another video tomorrow covering that as well. But I was going through the patch notes, and I said, man, 2K, you ain't even try to fix anything that's wrong with the game. But we about to get into it, cover all the details. If any of you guys are new here, consider dropping a like and a sub. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's get to the video.
It's AllCity. Load up that clip.
All right, what's good, y'all? I'm AllCity as always. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We're gonna start out this video by pulling up the patch notes. But before we do that, I want to remind you guys that we have one of the largest 2K Discord communities out there. If you guys would like to join our Discord, come on out. The link will be in the description below. If you guys are tired of running with randoms, we'd love to have you join. We have been actively seeking out better players. This way, when you guys log on to play and come into the AllCity Discord, you'll have players to run with that have a good amount of 2K aptitude. We'll be hosting trials for players to get added into the Rec Warriors this weekend, so if you want your shot, come on out. Again, the link will be in the description below. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video when talking about the patch notes, Lord, man, it's so discouraging when you see them patch notes, man, especially halfway to later in the annual cycle. You could tell 2K, they're just winging it. It's easy to see that their priorities lie elsewhere. But anyway, I'll save my gripes for after the patch notes. Let's pull up the first set of patch notes under the general section of these patch notes. By the way, the Season 5 update, again, will take place this Friday, February 21st at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. The patch update that these patch notes are referring to was live at 2 a.m. this morning. The first bullet point says, preparations for NBA 2K25 Season 5 launching on Friday, February 21st at 8 a.m. Pacific Time, 11 a.m. Eastern. The next bullet point down says, addressed an issue that could cause disconnects in multiplayer games when defensive settings are adjusted. Now, this is the type of stuff that frustrates me because every day that I log on to play this game, it feels like 2K got a bouncer at the door just waiting to kick me out. I've never played a game that in so many ways tells you get up on out of here, literally giving you error codes and kicking you out the game into the main menu. And this happens almost every single gameplay session. And I be out there playing different games and I don't get that same feeling from different games. And if I do, I go online to look at reviews and oh Lord, they are trashing the game for the very same bad thing that I was experiencing when I played it. But for some reason, 2K gets to get away with this the entire annual cycle, kicking players from their games due to consistent error codes. I tell y'all one thing, 2K, they got hella pull in this gaming industry. I know other gaming communities wouldn't even allow this type of stuff to happen. Anyway, moving on into the next bullet point, it says resolved an issue preventing the trophy / achievement in play now from unlocking correctly. I'm on this game every day and you think that that's an issue that needs to be addressed. Sometimes it feels like there's just no hope for 2K25. Next bullet point down says the official sponsor patch has been added to the back of all referee uniforms. Oh my God. It's hard to keep a straight face going through this stuff. It's almost comical. Let's scratch everything else that I've experienced on 2K25 from release, and let's just only talk about maybe the last week of playing NBA 2K25. I've been on the game consistently over the last few days and nightmarish. And trust me, I want to enjoy the game. I want to have fun. I'm not here. I don't enjoy making like content about 2K talking poorly about my gameplay experience. I prefer to be going live and streaming for hours running with you guys out there, but it's just the game feels unbearable. You know, one of the words that I describe it, like consistently describe my experience playing NBA 2K25, and it was like on repeat last night, was just brutal. From server latency to input lag, like hitting cues on your controller and oftentimes them not registering, or creating a driving dunk, like a high driving dunk build, and having clear lanes to the basket, but consistently getting taken out more times than you should. It begins to feel like 2K has went against every single wow effect. You know what? It almost seems like self-sabotage. I can't front. It wasn't too long ago that 2K, like the gameplay, used to have this wow effect, where even if you weren't a good player, you had these moments of greatness and you didn't feel like it was 2K doing it for you. You literally felt in full control and the outcome was due to your efforts. In NBA 2K25, you feel like a fairy floating across the court out there. And don't you guys even try to come at me about that statement, talking about fairy coming across the court with you. Y'all be the same dudes in them glizzy hats. Y'all be the same dudes trying to twerk on your teammates. I'm referencing the idea that the game is so floaty. I feel like the gameplay in 2K25 lacks the responsive time that it actually needs for it to be a good game, because when you play this game offline, it feels amazing. I think we're gonna have to start some type of petition as a community to get a ping indicator, letting us know what type of latency we're walking into when we get into a game. I think that'll expose a lot of the BS, because a lot of players get banned for quitting out of games. And I gotta tell you, just to add a sidebar to that, oftentimes it has to do with error codes kicking somebody out and the rest of the team just don't want to stay in there with a man down. Sometimes the connection just be so bad it makes gameplay, wow, just it exhausts you to try to get through it. But imagine we come to find out that you was on this super high ping in a game that you're missing all your shots. Your lockdown can't get any steals and your shooters, they can't hit a shot for the life of them. I be out there every day, so you guys can't tell me you don't experience that stuff. There's one other thing that is becoming more and more noticeable, and the effects are more and more dramatic with each passing day into this annual cycle. And I'm talking about the fluctuations of server consistency. When you don't know what server you're on, you think you load up an East Coast, they'll put you in an East Coast type of server. But if we end up matching up against a team of Xbox players, and this is not black and white, because sometimes we play against a team of Xbox players and we have a good responsive time, but the good majority of the time, the differences in the delay that you get from playing against Xbox players versus playing against PlayStation players, it's just too dramatic, and I can't seem to wrap my head around it when I'm trying to shoot out there. And for those of you who are new, who haven't really experienced this stuff, I'll break it all down to you. You go into one game, you're shooting great, you feel good responsive time, you could shoot and time your cue. But then you go into the very next game, and now there's not like a slight difference. It ain't like, me personally, I've been finding it extra difficult to adjust to this. When you go and play a game that you have super high latency or you're super delayed, and from my experience, it's the good majority of the time that I feel like this when I'm out there, the timing that you need to hold that button doesn't align, like it doesn't line up with your animation cue. And I remember the argument earlier in the year was just like, pay attention to your animation. But it's clear as day, what I'm seeing on the screen is not lining up. The best comparison that I could come up with is reminiscent from the old days when we used to be on the East Coast server, and if we wanted to extend our time on a particular event, we'd go on over into the West Coast servers. And for you 2K OGs out there, how many of you guys remember how you felt when you went from playing on an East Coast server to going and playing on that West Coast server? That's exactly what I'm experiencing right now. There's not a lot of people out there who remember that stuff. But those are the differences, the dramatic differences in gameplay responsiveness that I experience every single day that I log on to play 2K25. And I can't help but feel like 2K is getting away with murder out here, because the delays I've noticed are getting more and more dramatic, making it more and more difficult for me to time my cue from one game to the next. I got to thinking that it's probably a good idea that I start going live with this stuff. I initially didn't want to go live throughout the year for 2K25 because I wasn't fully enjoying the gameplay and I didn't want to have like bad energy during a live stream. And I tell you, this game, it really boils my blood sometimes. But if I could change my outlook on this and just approach it from a documentation type of standpoint, let's document how poor the gameplay is, then it probably is in my best interest. If I want to deliver that, it's probably in my best interest to go live. Because every day we get on this game and we experience levels of goofiness. And that goofiness just needs to be put on display. This stuff is just unacceptable, man. There wasn't much more to the patch notes other than what I read off to you guys, but I'll pull up what they have for City Pro-Am, Rec Theater, and Proving Grounds, and it's just an insult, man. First bullet point says various improvements to performance, stability, and visuals have been made to enhance the overall experience in the city. 2K, that's their way of trolling the 2K community, putting the same bullet point, copy and pasting the same bullet point that they have been using for years now. And the next bullet point under this category says fix the reported disconnect that could occur during starting 5 games. They have some stuff for my team. In case you guys are interested, the base color of Galaxy Opal has been updated from gray to green. A game that has so many issues. This is what they're choosing to address, changing the base color for Galaxy Opal from gray to green. Anyway, the city ambiance sounds have been removed from Breakout. The World Tour trophy / achievement will now unlock as intended. And it says resolved various rare hangs and minor visual issues in My Team menus. Tell me they're not winging it. Always curious to hear your thoughts, so share them in the comment section below. If you're new here, drop a like, drop a sub on your way out. I'll catch you on the next video. Easy, y'all. If you guys are tired of running with randoms and you're looking for players to run with on NBA 2K, come on out and join the AllCity 2K Discord. The link will be in the description below. Find players and get runs now. Drop a like and drop a sub on your way out. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all.